Pitbull versus Wolverine, what if they would fight? Welcome to the wildest what-if battle you didn't know you needed. Alright folks, grab your popcorn and maybe a chew toy or two, because today we're pitting two absolute legends against each other in the ultimate showdown of muscle versus mayhem. In the red corner, we've got the American Pitbull Terrier, a blocky-headed, tail-wagging, muscle-packed powerhouse with a heart of gold and jaws of steel. Think of him as your gym buddy who could deadlift a truck but still cries during Pixar movies. And in the blue corner, straight from the snow-covered wilderness of the north, we have nature's berserker, the Wolverine. This furball isn't just a Marvel character, it's a real-life, meat-loving, bone-crushing beast known for taking on bears, wolves, and pretty much anything that dares cross its path. Imagine a mini grizzly with the attitude of a bar bouncer on a bad day. Now, before we throw them into our hypothetical arena, let's break down what makes each of these animals tick. I'll guide you through their size, strength, instincts, and battle tactics, and I'll even throw in my own take along the way. Trust me, it's going to be wild. Let's dive in. Meet the contenders, the sweetheart brawler versus the furry wrecking ball. Ladies and gentlemen, animal lovers and adrenaline junkies, let me introduce today's heavyweight matchup in the world of what if nature held a UFC event. First up, we've got the Pitbull, America's misunderstood muscle pup. Don't let the biceps and bulldog swagger fool you. Sure, this dog was once pulling weights, dominating obstacle courses, or guarding the homestead like a four-legged bouncer. But behind that stocky frame is a heart of gold. Pit bulls are famously loyal, affectionate, and just want to snuggle up with their humans after a long day of flexing. Think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson if he were obsessed with belly rubs. Now stepping into the snowy spotlight is a different kind of beast, the Wolverine. This is no cuddly cartoon critter. We're talking about the largest, baddest member of the weasel family. It's got the attitude of a bar-fighting biker, the appetite of a linebacker after Thanksgiving, and zero interest in making friends. They don't call it the demon of the north for nothing. Imagine a Tasmanian devil in a bear costume with a chip on its shoulder. Two animals, two totally different vibes. One hypothetical throwdown that's got us all wondering, who would actually win? Stay tuned, because things are about to get wild. Tail of the tape, the muscle pup versus the snow tank. Let's break down the physical stats like it's fight night in the animal kingdom. In the red corner, we've got the pit bull. Standing about 16 to 20 inches tall, that's around knee height for most folks, and tipping the scales at up to 85 pounds, this dog is built like a compact tank. We're talking thick neck, broad chest, rippling muscles, and a jaw that could crack coconuts. Think of a linebacker packed into a sprinter's body. Fast, strong, and surprisingly agile like a bulldozer that can do parkour. And in the blue corner, here comes the Wolverine. Don't let the shorter height fool you. This wild warrior is only 14 to 18 inches tall at the shoulder, but it stretches out to nearly 3 feet long, not counting that bushy tail. Weighing in anywhere between 20 to 66 pounds, this creature is the definition of pound-for-pound power. With claws up to 2 inches long and jaws strong enough to bite through bone, it's basically a four-legged buzzsaw in a fur coat. Add in the fact that it moves like a ninja across snow and rocky terrain, and you've got one serious wilderness wrecking machine. So, to sum it up, the pit bull looks like a bodybuilder on a mission. The Wolverine looks like it just walked out of a superhero origin story. One's built for explosive force, the other for relentless survival. Both mean business, from British backyards to boreal badlands, the tale of two worlds. Let's talk background stories because every great fighter has one. First up, the pit bull. This tough guy got his start in the gritty streets of 19th century England, where breeders crossed terriers and bulldogs to create a dog with speed, smarts, and raw power. Originally, they were used in some nasty stuff like dog fighting and bull baiting, but thankfully, those days are long gone. When these dogs crossed the Atlantic to the United States, everything changed. Here, the pit bull cleaned up its act and became the ultimate working dog. Farms, families, front porches, this pup became part of the American dream. Loyal, courageous, and a total softie around the people it loves. Now meet the Wolverine, nature's ultimate loner. You won't find this guy curled up by the fireplace. No, sir. Wolverines roam the frozen forests and rugged mountains of North America and Northern Europe, from the Alaskan wilds to the snowy peaks of Scandinavia. They live off the land, traveling miles alone through snow-covered wilderness like a furry survivalist. These animals are so hardcore they don't even hibernate. Rain, snow, wind, it doesn't matter. Wolverines just keep moving, hunting, scavenging, and staking out their turf with a musky warning that basically says stay out of my fridge. So, we've got one fighter with a story of redemption and family loyalty, and another who's a backcountry legend, born to roam and battle the elements. Totally different worlds, but equally epic in their own right. Mealtime mayhem, from gourmet bowls to bone-crunching buffets. Let's dig into what fuels these two powerhouses, because behind every great fighter is a killer meal plan. Our Pitbull pal, think of him like a canine bodybuilder. These dogs thrive on a high-protein, nutrient-packed diet. We're talking premium dry food mixed with raw meats, maybe a side of eggs or some healthy veggies if their human is fancy. It's not just about filling their belly, it's about keeping those muscles chiseled and that energy level high. Trust me, if you've ever seen a pit bull pull a tire across a yard like it owes him money, you know nutrition matters. Now switch gears to the Wolverine. This beast doesn't do bowls or measured portions. Wolverines are wild dining machines. They'll chow down on just about anything, but meat is their love language. Moose, caribou, rodents, bird eggs, if it moves or once did, it's on the menu. They don't stop at the meat either. Wolverines are known to crush bones, even chew through teeth. Ever seen someone go full savage at a barbecue and gnaw the bone clean? That's every meal for a Wolverine. And here's the coolest part. These snow ninjas use nature as their refrigerator. Yep, they bury leftovers in snowbanks to keep them fresh. No microwave, no Tupperware, just pure wilderness instinct. So while your pit bull waits for dinner like a polite house guest, the Wolverine is out there raiding nature's buffet like a one-animal apocalypse. Different lifestyles, same appetite for survival. Fierce fighters, the heart and hustle behind the bite. Alright, when it comes to attitude, these two fighters bring some serious fire to the ring. First up, the Pitbull. If determination had a mascot, it'd be this dog. Pitbulls are famously tough and stubborn in the best way possible. They've got this never-say-die spirit that's legendary. Picture a little bulldog with the heart of a champion boxer, refusing to back down no matter what. Their main weapon, those powerful jaws. They don't throw punches or scratch, they bite and hold on like a rock climber gripping a cliff edge. It's all about grit and jaw strength with these guys. Now, meet the Wolverine, nature's own mini Terminator. This beast doesn't just fight, it dominates. Wolverines are downright fearless, taking on animals 5 to 10 times their size without batting an eye. Talk about guts. Their secret weapon is a wild move called bite and roll. Imagine biting down and then flipping your opponent around like a wrecking ball. This tactic isn't just brutal, it's designed to tear flesh and wear down even the toughest opponents. It's like watching a tiny tornado with claws and teeth, pure chaos. So, pit bulls bring raw endurance and jaw power, but Wolverines? They bring savage strategy and fearless aggression. In a showdown, that combo makes the Wolverine a seriously tough contender to beat. Battle breakdown. Who's got the edge in the fight? Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Who's packing the better weapons and battle moves? First off, the Wolverine. This guy is like a Swiss Army knife of natural weaponry. Sharp, deadly claws plus a jaw strong enough to crush bones. Talk about a one-two punch. Meanwhile, our Pitbull pal, while insanely tough, relies mostly on those powerful teeth. No claws, just bite. It's like comparing a multi-tool to a single hammer, both useful, but one definitely has more tricks up its sleeve. Now, strategy. Wolverines are not just about brute force, they're crafty fighters. They use their strong front legs to pin down opponents and then perform that wild bite and roll move, ripping through flesh with every spin. On the other hand, pit bulls bring pure stamina and ferocity, biting hard and refusing to quit. But when it comes to defending against attacks from multiple angles, the Wolverine's versatility gives it the upper hand. What about toughness? Both fighters can take a serious beating and keep coming back. But the Wolverine is often considered the tougher customer, like the scrappy underdog who's been through the ringer and still stands tall. So yeah, while the Pitbull is no joke with strength and endurance, the Wolverine's combo of claws, cunning, and sheer grit makes it a formidable opponent in any showdown. So here's the bottom line. When it comes to natural weaponry, the Wolverine's got a serious advantage. Those razor-sharp claws, powerful jaws, and a playbook full of clever moves make it a master of both offense and defense. Plus, let's not forget it's a wild creature, born and bred to survive tough battles in the wilderness. Now, don't count out the Pitbull. This dog is a true fighter with heart, grit, and that legendary never say die attitude. But in a hypothetical showdown, the Wolverine's mix of raw power, tactical smarts, and wild instincts usually puts it ahead on the scoreboard. Think of it like comparing a seasoned street fighter with a skilled ninja, both tough as nails, but the ninja's versatility and unpredictability often tip the scales. In my expert opinion, the Wolverine takes the crown in this epic matchup. Now, let's talk about the real-world risk these animals pose to people. Pitbulls, despite their sometimes rough reputation, are usually loving family dogs when properly trained and socialized. They're loyal and affectionate companions, but like any strong dog, they can be dangerous if mistreated or not managed responsibly. So, owning a pit bull comes with a responsibility to train and care for them well. On the other hand, Wolverines are wild animals, and they're not exactly looking for a handshake with humans. They are fierce, fearless, and highly territorial. While encounters with people are rare because they live in remote wilderness areas, if threatened or cornered, a Wolverine can be very dangerous. It's best to admire these tough little beasts from a safe distance and respect their wild nature. Bottom line, pit bulls can be safe family pets with the right care, but Wolverines are wild predators that demand caution and respect. So, should you consider bringing one of these fierce fighters home as a pet? Let's be real, while pit bulls can make amazing pets, Wolverines, not so much. Pit bulls are loyal, loving, and super trainable when you give them the right environment and care. They thrive in a family setting and love being part of the action, whether it's playing fetch or just cuddling on the couch. With proper training and socialization, they can be gentle companions and even great watchdogs. Wolverines, on the other hand, are wild through and through. They're built for survival in harsh, snowy wilderness, not your living room. They have strong instincts, a fierce temper, and need huge territories to roam. Trying to keep one as a pet would be like inviting a tiny tornado into your house, thrilling but definitely dangerous and stressful for everyone involved. So, if you want a four-legged friend, the Pitbull is the way to go. But if you want to admire raw wild power, stick to documentaries and nature hikes, leave the Wolverines to rule their snowy kingdoms. Hey everyone, if you're loving this wild showdown and want to see more epic battles from the animal kingdom, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out. Now, I want to hear from you. Which animals do you want to see face off next? Drop your wildest matchups in the comments below, and who knows, maybe your idea will be our next video. Stay curious, stay wild, and I'll see you in the next adventure.